All right. Good morning, crewman. How are you doing, good sir?
I am doing great, and I'm really excited to show off this game to everyone. So this is Castlevania Dracula X. It came out in 1995, but more importantly, it is now on the Castlevania Advanced Collection, which anybody can get on Steam, Switch, and a lot of other systems. But we're going to be playing it as fast as possible today, so you won't be able to see everything. This is kind of like a Metroidvania, right? Anyways, let's go. Let's get right to it. I'll give you a countdown of 7 and we'll get going. All right. All right. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are off. All right. So this is Richter Belmont coming in during the French Revolution of all time periods. I mean, Dracula comes back every 100 years, and this Belmont is a little bit different than a lot of the other ones. He's a little jumpy. I think he might be a little bit scared of his surroundings, but luckily, Richter, not only is he armed with a jump that is a third of a second faster than his walking speed, but he also is equipped with a backflip, and he is going to be doing a lot of sequence breaks. I mean, over 40 sequence breaks in the run in total. During this first part of the run, we are climbing upstairs. We are also whip canceling on stairs to save a little bit of time so that Richter can continue on going through. He's going to be picking up his first sub weapon, which is now in the left-hand corner. That's going to be very important for taking down the first two bosses, but in this game we'll be actually using the majority of the sub-items, which is great. They've actually done a pretty good job, balancing them one for one. So we're already close to our first boss. This is Cerberus, our three-headed hellhound from hell. They have some nice ominous moves getting up to the point to the boss. A lot of nice mode 7 in the background as well. But Cerberus goes down very quickly with a item crash, which is this game's form of like super move, like in Super Street Fighter 2. So that uses a bunch of parts, which is kind of like your ammo in this game, and we're going to be grabbing as much of it as we can throughout the run, and we'll be being able to keep those parts from level to level, unlike a lot of the other Castlevania games that we see. So this is level 2. We got another great remix. We have Vampire Killer. Pretty good. We have these fishmen. Luckily, they are not random, and this is the easiest way to deal with them. Is just deal with them with the cross. They'll go to both enemies, and I don't know who exactly opens the drawbridge for us. It is still under much speculation. It might be Maria. I still don't know. And that kind of brings us back to, I guess, a little bit of the lore of this game. So you're Richter Belmont, and both Maria Renard and your girlfriend Annette have been captured. Unfortunately, because this is the any percent, you have to save the friends and not the hostages. So we're going to be skipping that whole part, but we'll see them a little bit later, maybe one of them, foreshadowing. Alright, moving on to this. This is going to be a pretty big skip in the game. We have to get this armored night boost. That saves about 40 seconds. It's a really nice sequence break there. And we're also going to be going over this guy and just taking that entirely. And we're already on the second boss. There's not that much time to talk in this game because it's a very paced game because of all the skips. But this big bat, our goal is to kill it in 2 cycles using our crosses as well as our item crashes. If we do it without taking damage, that's just a bonus. There's even a faster way of doing this boss by making it so that the bat cycles are a little bit slower. But that's not the most safe thing to do in the world, and this is NoReset. And I got the soft lock, of all things, but that's okay. That's the first time I've ever had that happen. So I guess we will have to reset, and we should still have plenty of time to hopefully beat the run.
Okay, so what triggered that soft lock? Because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one wondering.
Yeah, so that's a frame perfect. If you fall on the orb at the same time as it drops to the ground, that causes a soft lock.
Wow.
Yep. That's what happens. It's always a frame perfect trick, right? So that's my first time having that ever happen. So, I guess it's a good time for donations.
Well, GG. And yeah, we actually have a donation that came in by DinoWest6969 with $5 saying, "Great charity cause, good luck." Well, I think this is not off to a great start according to Log, but I mean, see it that way. You got a frame perfect trick,
right? Oh boy. It was going so well too. But this is a brand new run, right? That's how we see it. It's just like a big redo. I didn't actually reset the console, did I? I don't think so. I think it just took a while, and then we just went back to the title screen. So
it reset itself.
Fine. Exactly. So it's user, intended. It's fine. Oh boy. So we're gonna be doing a lot of the same stuff. I think maybe I'll try to show off a couple of new things in level 1. And we won't go for that backflip orb, I guess, even though it's so swaggy. But we get to enjoy Jaguar Noises Part 2. And luckily the first 2 levels.
No, just go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say, for people complaining about saving or killing the animals to save the frames, you're doing even worse. You're actually letting the ladies die to save those frames.
Yeah, well, you gotta do what you gotta do to beat Dracula as fast as you can.
I wish more people would understand that. I keep donating towards kill the animals, and people are complaining that I'm not doing the right thing.
Well, I mean, I guess in Castlevania games, we're pretty open to killing the animals because the wildlife in this game is really just out to get you. We have bats, we have fishmen, we have the most dangerous of all enemies on any SNES or NES game, birds of all things. So we don't have any qualms about it. Alrighty. Should be able to do everything pretty much the same and get past it. I'm hoping that we can still make it under estimate. It is possible, so we will be doing our best to do so. Alright. Let's get that fear boost again. We're gonna need every second we can get. Nice, got that boost. Alright. Getting that extra safety meat, we're not gonna worry too much about. Alright, bat number 2. I didn't realize that this game had a boss rush already. But I think we'll take this board grab a little safe this time. Okay, now we're on with the show. Alright, here we go in level 3. We get another great track with Bloody Tears, and now's a good time to remind everyone why we're here and about the National Assembly for Curing Multiple Sclerosis. Because we're just timing. No big deal.
Right, so yeah, as you just mentioned, we're still raising money for the NMSS, the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. So yeah, the MS Society help each person address the challenge of living with MS by funding cutting-edge research, driving changes through advocacy, and providing programs and services to help people with MS and their families to move their lives forward. So this is a really good cause, a really important cause, and there are a lot of people affected with this illness. So yeah, every donation counts. We're still trying to reach our goal of $5,000 throughout the entire weekend, so we're a little less than $1,500 away. I'm pretty sure we can do it. So, yeah, keep them coming. As we said, every little donation counts. There is no such thing as a small donation, so yeah, this is a really important cause. So just keep them coming, guys. And also, we're still save the animals and kill the animals are only $3 a part right now. So please do the right thing and help those animals die. Please.
All right. So we did we did have to fall through there. That is actually intentional. But there's actually that room that we skipped is incredibly difficult. There's bone pillars and all sorts of shenanigans going on there. But luckily we do not need to we don't need to deal with that as part of the run. And then we did get the axe boost. That saves about 4 seconds, which is pretty nice. But here in level 4, there's like a cozy catacombs area. Every Castlevania game's gotta have at least one of them. It's pretty obligatory at this point. But we're just doing some more moonwalking. We're manipulating the bat patterns to make sure that they are behind us rather than in front of us. And grab this extra meat. And falling down here is actually not that big a deal. We should be able to get back on top with the max height black backflip. Alright, the backflip. We haven't talked too much about it, but there's actually 2 forms of the backflip. There is the max height backflip, which is basically pressing the jump button about 13 frames after jumping, and then there is the min height backflip. So if you are a task, then you're probably going to be using your min height backflip to go a little bit faster than jumping. But the max height backflip, that's one of our main tools in sequence breaking. The other one being the item crash, which allows you to go a lot farther up than you normally would be able to. So taking out these mudmen, no big deal. And we're on to our 4th boss. This is Shaft, or I guess this is our 3rd boss. Right, this is our 3rd boss. Shaft 0. So in Rondo of Blood, you might be aware of Shaft being like kind of the big necromancer, magician guy of the game. But this is his very, very light counterpart. He's got no sugar, and he's got no moves. He just goes back and forth. He has a 2nd form, though, and he doesn't like to do much here either.
I mean, if people don't remember this guy from Rondo of Blood, we can also see him in Symphony of the Night, right?
Yeah. Which is one of the real reasons why this came from out in 1995. Not a lot of people had the TurboGrafx 16, especially in the US. So this was kind of everyone's first look at Richter Belmont. Alright, so we do a little axe boost there. That's what I was kind of talking about with the item crashes. We kind of force that red knight to come closer to us, and then we were able to grab that boost. That saves about 7 seconds total. These Fleeman patterns are random. They're very random, so not getting hit here is important for a bunch of reasons. Alright, let's see if we can get this sequence break. Not quite, so we're gonna have to take the long way around. The very long way around. Oh dear. That's okay. Speaking of RNG, there's birds. These birds are fun. Like all birds on the NES and the NES. So we're going to be grabbing a lot of ammo. And next, we're coming up to another very large skip. This saves about a minute and a half or so. So we're skipping a lot of the game. So if you want to see these, couple of rooms, you should definitely play the game yourself. 5. Because we're just skipping this whole section. Alright, we're getting to a point where we're going to have to invoke some help from some other outside vampire hunters just in a moment.
I just started a poll on the chat, and I'm curious of your input on this. Which enemies are the most annoying, the Medusa head or the Fleamen?
The Fleamen in this game. Alright, so it's time to invoke the power of Jotaro Kujo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, because we have to do some time stopping. Unfortunately, Werewolf is not having it today, but we'll be able to do another one. And he likes to do pinball. He's a pinball wizard. That's okay. This will not be our last showing of Time Stop. We have at least one more big one that we're going to use. So ideally, this werewolf will die in one stopwatch item crash, and he'll go back and forth. But sometimes he just likes to go right on the ceiling. All right, level 6. We're moving on into the obligatory clock tower stage. Okie dokie. So we're gonna try to ride the flame here. This is the fast way of doing the stream that's been pretty recently discovered. So we did get the flame skip, which is nice. And there's a whole room here, but apparently I want to fall in the pit instead. Luckily, that's not a big deal.
RNG manipulation.
Yeah, it's RNG manipulation. Exactly. See, look at this. That Spear Knight was not supposed to go, would not normally go that way. That was definitely RNG. And this guy too. That's like the best RNG for these guys. All right, did we get the minor skip at least? And we're gonna be using the backflip to once again do a bunch of sequence breaks. But luckily, we do get to show off some more strats that were recently developed for marathon shenanigans. So that's good. Alright, here we go. This is our second climb. Probably my favorite room in the game. Let's see if we can get the gear skip. Got the gear skip. Didn't get the max height backflip, so we don't get the extra cycle skip. That's alright. Gotta jump here a few times. Alright. And this is how you get all the hearts. So that backing up is not that big a deal. Luckily, you just have to put your head through the wall, through the ceiling. I swear it works all the time. So there's our girlfriend. But we're not going to be able to save her. We've taken the any percent route. But we're going to be using axes for the rest of the run. Each one of these axes does 1.5 times damage as the whip does. So we're going to be using that through the rest of the run, and especially on Dracula.
I'm just gonna tell people in the chat, shout out to Croonan for keeping the ad streak alive.
Alright, so this is level 7, last stage in the game. We have our ascent into Dracula's lair. We're gonna be taking the safe approach for going topside, just so that we can complete almost on time. I mean, a soft lock's kind of hard to deal with, but we'll show off the slower strat, but also still fun. So we're gonna be manipulating these platforms by just waiting, and we're up. So there's another route that you could take, which is the bottom route, to use a backflip, but you know, this is the easy way. It's also very, very safe. And now we're gonna get our remaining ammunition for Dracula with 68 hearts. We should be good to go. Now Dracula, he's done some interior decorating. What did he do? Well, let's just say this room is the pit, and that this version of Dracula can appear on any of 8 platforms, and it's RNG. So we really hope that he appears on screen, and that he does not appear on the left side. So let's see if he gives us a good pattern. Should be one more cycle. And that's our first troll spawn. But we should be able to finish him off. There he is. Alright. And this is the second form Cookie Monster. Except for not really so much of a Cookie Monster anymore.
Cookie Monster in the gym big time.
For sure. And we're just gonna grab this orb regular style. And that will be time. So thank you everybody, thanks NoReset and all of the staff for putting on this event. For such a good cause. Not too bad, considering the soft lock. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, you lost about 3 minutes to that soft lock, so it would be around 16, 40, 17 minutes.
Yeah, that happens. But you get to see right there looking out into the sunset. There's 2 other endings that you could get. 2 other portraits that are worth going the different routes for. So very happy that this game has been re-released again for a lot of new users, and hope to see more runners of the game.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I'm pretty sure it's kind of rare to see that soft lock, so I'm kind of glad we managed to see it. All right, so thanks so much, Grunan, for showing us this game. I know a lot of people don't know that much about this one, and they should, because this is a really good game. So this is going to be the end of my hosting shift. I'm going to be passing on the mic to Sinet, who's going to be coming back for the rest of the marathon, actually. So coming up next will be Noxious Nick and Destructor 642 with Metroid Zero Mission 100% race. So we're going to go to a quick transition. Thank you so much to every runner. Keep them coming. This has been a great marathon so far. And yeah, I'm using the time I have on the mic to say all I have to say, so bear with me a little. But yeah, I'm not going to be taking up any more time, so thank you, Krunan, and we're going to be back in a few minutes.